Okay guys, hopefully you got half decent view. I'm just working out how I'm going to mount the bag. Now, this piece here I actually added. It's just on the little tabs. It's just basically to keep the bag from slamming into the wheel. It doesn't actually serve any real purpose with strength-wise anyways. It's a late aluminum, it's an old tripod. This one here though is solid steel, and I really don't want to cut it if I don't have to, because if I do that it's going to ruin the integrity of the whole rack. I also put loads on top, and if these aren't perfect, obviously I'm going to have to cut them shorter. It will it'll warp. It's just, I don't think I really want to cut it. So what I'm thinking of doing, I basically need something to hang down here just to protect the derailleur and keep the bag from wanting to fold in like that. Oh, I just noticed I have a broken spoke. You see that? That's like the third spoke on this wheel this month. I'm going to have to address that. Might have to re-spoke my wheel. Just noticed that. Yikes. Anyway, so what I'm thinking of doing is using this. This is actually solid steel, but I don't want to add too much weight, so we're going to have to remove some as we're adding to it. I'm thinking of bolting this there, which would be flush against this bar here. And then what I'm going to do is, like originally I had thought, cutting it off here and here, and putting it underneath there, and then bolting it here and here. But it's going to flop like that, and like I said, this not being very strong over time will wear out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove it, put this here. I'm going to cut this here and over here, and I'm going to run the aluminum into the bar through the tubes here, bolt it like that, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it here and here flush with the this bar here, and I'm going to spot weld it to the bar. So it'll be metal against metal. That will keep it from flopping like this, and this can free hang. And I'll be able to basically mount the bag to this bar here, which will be cut, obviously, and I'll be able to clamp it here. So that'll work. That's a quick fix without cutting this and moving this up, which I prefer to do. Which I'll put the bag on to actually show what I'm talking about. There's batteries in the bag now. It's actually surprisingly light when you split that battery in half. But if we slap this on, locks in place. Okay, if you look at the back, you can see what I mean by it needs a little bit of support. Because right now it's the bottom of the bag is actually slamming into the axle of the wheel, and over time that's going to run a hole right through the bag. So with this being down there like that, that will bring the bag out to about there. So as it stands, this I would not ride it like this. I mean, you could, but it would be slamming all over the place. You want it nice and true. So be holding the batteries. So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to take this outside and start cutting it apart. Okay, so that's pretty much what I was looking at. That takes care of a lot of the problems. And we can still put a piece from here to here and from here to here just for looks. I mean, this is just, you just cut this and slip it in, and it will line right up. So it's still going to look custom. I'm going to have to sand there and there and get it ready for welding. Spot weld it there, spot weld it there. It is hanging on a nut right there, and it's sticking out a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a drill bit and just hollow it out so it's sitting around the nut and not on it. The only thing I'll have to do is when I take this apart is I'll have to bolt it here and here and take all this off before I can get to that, to take that off. But that's alright. This will work. It'll have strength here, it'll have strength here. That's more than enough to keep the bag support. The bag can clamp right to it. That's actually pretty good. And this is all steel. So, what's next? Oh yeah, I gotta drill this out here, and then we'll prep this for welding. Well, there's one side. Still got a little bit more work to do on it. It turned out the way I wanted it to. This side here I had it too hot. Obviously you saw what happened there, it just burned a hole through it. I'm going to build it up and then grind it off. Same with this side over here. That's solid, it's not going anywhere, it's basically part of it now. And I just basically made these come over to fit. This one's a little crooked, but I don't really care. It holds the bag pretty good. That's all I care about. So that's all I'm doing here. Is I got all the crap out here and basically just filling this in, grinding it and filling it in. I probably could do it on the other side too, but I can't be bothered. So we'll finish this off, give it a lick of paint, and then work our way to the other side. And there's the other side done. Pretty much the same way. You pretty much are lined up as well. This one on this side is a little bit higher than that one. So I'm going to have to move the bottom bracket that holds it to the frame. This one fits just barely, but this one doesn't. So I probably can re-drill holes in the plastic and just move it up. It's not going to be waterproof anymore, but I can put a little shoe glue on it. It's rubber, and it'll cover the holes that are there. And I'll bring them up about 2 inches. That way they can hook over the bar. And they're nicely welded on one side. I haven't touched the other side yet. I'll get to it eventually. It's just to keep it from slamming into the bike, and it's doing a really good job. I'd say this mod is complete, except for the moving those there. The batteries are actually in the bags, so it'll actually work out. And next step is wiring it, I guess. Later, guys.